Hello, and welcome to North Springs Presents Student Films. I'm Nazar Esadek. All these films today were produced by students at North Springs High School in Sandy Springs, Georgia. The first type we're going to look at is expository documentaries, a type that aims to explain the topic clearly and logically. Let's lead off with one about graffiti art.
What is the purpose behind public art? Public art, like forms of graffiti, give a location its sense of place. Some graffiti tag names specific to Atlanta are Sokum, I-Beam, and Vane. Sometimes, a company pays an artist to paint a mural. These murals usually have a specific message to its viewer, whether it promotes the business or is a simple message to carry through life.
I enjoy the idea of artists getting paid for murals. A new business coming in town and wanting to commemorate the vibe and the culture of the city, so they install a mural or, some graffiti. Typically what'll end up happening is somebody will say, hey, we want to commission somebody to do graffiti or artwork somewhere at this particular spot, and then they'll reach out to somebody like me and say, hey, can you document this process?
Public art displayed by an average person may not have such a direct meaning. These pieces tend to be more personal to the artist, often displaying topics or emotions from their personal life.
I do not see graffiti as harmful for the most part. I think it can have elements where some people kind of get a little too carried away, but for the most part, no, I don't see it as harmful. A lot of the tags I see, more so people names, and a lot of graffiti artists, they have a particular name that they go by. So sometimes they will graffiti their name. Other times, whether it be here in Atlanta or New York or other places where I've seen graffiti, they'll graffitis, sometimes their particular neighborhood, their particular set that they may be a part of, and stuff like that.
Public art in Atlanta surfaced in the 1980s near the railroads. Artists saw their trains as moving canvases that would transport their art past city limits. Throughout the years, railroad art has embedded itself into the city culture of Atlanta.
My name is Justin Brown Bird.
I'm Cameron Daly.
My name is Monty Corley.
My name is Jacques Pittman.
My name is Jaden Bocachica.
My name is Brian Marks, class of 2027, and I go to North Springs High School.
Class 2027, and I go to North Springs High School.
Class of 2026, and I attend North Springs High School.
Class of 2026, and I go to North Springs High School.
I'm class of 2028, and I go to North Springs High School.
Class of 2026, and I go to North Springs High School.
What's the biggest challenge you faced as a player?
My sophomore year playing varsity, and then the next year going to Cali and coming back thinking I was going to play varsity, and I didn't. It was definitely a long road to get back to that level, but we're here now, so it's all good.
The struggles that I had growing up playing basketball were I had to play for coaches who didn't really want me on their team, so I was always the last person off the bench. Just always had to just work to beat the guy in front of me, so yeah.
In order to get this far in life in basketball, what people played the biggest part in your life?
My brother is the main one that played the biggest part in my life.
My dad, who I've been around most of my life, basketball-wise, he taught me a lot of the game.
I feel like the game has shaped me off the court, as in discipline, getting up in the morning, getting shots up, and on the court being able to be disciplined and running plays and being able to face adversity.
I'm a gorilla in a scoop, gonna pull up in the zoo.
But everybody gotta have their collective mindset. Everybody gotta be bought in. Are you bought in? 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 I'm bought in. Come on, hustle me, 1, 2, 3. Hustle.
Hey.
Oh, and that's why after win, loss, whatever we say next, we move on to the next. All right. So next tomorrow is winning practice tomorrow. All right. Next on me. Next on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dance.
As we all know, being a student is the entire point of us being here. And with that comes challenges like homework, our classwork, being prepared, waking up early in the morning. But some of us athletes have it way harder. What free time do we really have? We put towards all of our time during sports after school. We train, we compete, and we sometimes win. Yet, managing being both a student and an athlete has its own challenge.
Taste it and you will receive. Thank you.
All right, I'm Aleem. My name's Messiah, and we both do wrestling. Honestly, the thought of losing a wrestling match is kind of enough preparation for me, but also my headphones, they also get me through with music and whatnot. I like to get most of my academics done in the middle of the day or in my classes. That way I can just go to practice and be done with the day. You know what I'm saying? Get to work and get it over with. You know, just like, again, losing. I don't like to lose. And so, you know, I wouldn't want to. Plus, I mean, imagine if it's a home game and all your friends are there. It's just kind of embarrassing. So I just try not to lose.
Hey, I'm Coach Zand. I coach boys and girls wrestling, and I also coach boys and girls golf. Represent our school with discipline, but also to be disciplined in their own selves, making sure they take care of themselves, making sure that they keep high academic standards, higher than what are set from the school. We always want to be at the top of everything in all parts of our game. I am an AP teacher. I am the department head of the LA program, and I take academics incredibly seriously. We get grade reports every single Wednesday that Ms. Zachary runs for us. And then my students have, or rather my athletes have, consequences for when their grades aren't where they want them to be. We're always making sure that they're reaching out for recovery options and making sure that they have the support that they need to be successful in the classroom. Very hard for wrestling. We have very strong conditioning, both mentally and physically. We not only just focus on weightlifting, but we're also focusing on, being able to be prepared mentally for the game, pushing ourselves all the way until you're ready to break, and then still being able to keep going. So there is a lot of conditioning in wrestling, much less conditioning in golf. We pride ourselves on having a good time out there and making sure that while we are competitive, that everyone knows that golf is something to be enjoyed, and to making sure that you keep the mental side of that as well, and not just, it's really easy to beat yourself up on the golf course and not falling into that trap, and just trying to stay positive.
How long do you think an average internet trend will last? Maybe 6-7 months? The 6-7 social media trend is one of the longest running social media trends of this year. It has survived from late 2024 and is still relevant to this day. But where did this trend come from and how is it affecting the youth?
I don't know. All I know is 6 was scared of 7, 7 ain't 9.
Let's ask someone who is affected by this trend every single day.
Well, I was walking to our spot out in the parking lot. Couldn't remember our parking lot number, where we're supposed to go. And The only number I could remember was 67, because you and the generation have rotted the brain. So we all went and stood in spot 67 instead of spot 68, where we were supposed to be standing. So it's effective.
As you can see, the trend has sparked many disruptions and distractions in this classroom. This trend is a part of an umbrella category of new generation trends, often termed as brain rot. Other significant trends under this category include Italian brain rot such as tung 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 sahur and tralelelo tralela. Additionally, another big example from this category is the niche memes subcategory, Cobby Lane Mechanism, and Blue Collar SpongeBob. All of these trends seem to have nothing to do with each other, and that is partially true. However, they all have one common characteristic. None of them make sense. Most of these trends can be easily described or have a specific reason they exist. What makes these trends popular is how random and unexpected they are. Once they are not random or unexpected anymore, they die out. All of these trends share a similar life cycle. They come in out of nowhere, become popular for a month or so, and then they are flushed out and forgotten for a new trend. What makes the 6-7 trend different from the rest of the brain rots? Because it never really died out, or at least not fully yet. As mentioned previously, it has survived for almost a year, and this is due to having multiple life stages, including the original LaMelo Ball edits using the 6-7 audio, to making fun of the 6-7 kid, and then using the 6-7 gesture ironically. To answer the original question, the 6-7 trend is affecting the youth by causing distractions. As mentioned previously, and some may argue that it is causing the youth to get less intelligent as a whole. Though there is no solid evidence that it is brain rot, specifically the 6-7 trend that is causing less intelligence, the youth are shown to be doing worse in school than previous decades. However, this could be due to factors like the pandemic and increased reliance on the internet to find information. The characteristics of the trend not having a specific reason or explanation doesn't help their images against the accusation of decreasing intelligence. Overall, yes, the 6-7 trend is negatively affecting the youth via causing distractions in the classroom. However, it is not entirely his fault. It's just the way these brain rot trends such as itself are coded. But what should we do about it? Should we leave the 6-7 meme alone, letting it eventually die out so another one can replace it? Or should we try to prevent the use of these trends to stop them from happening? In reality, social media trends are really just going to do whatever they want and can't be easily controlled. But what do you, interested viewer, think we should do about it?
In Japan, students are served balanced meals: rice, fish, vegetables, and soup. In France, lunch looks more like a restaurant experience, featuring multiple courses and fresh ingredients. But in the United States, school lunches often feature pizza, burgers, or processed foods. How do schools decide what to serve, and why does it differ so much? We're here at North Springs High School in Atlanta, Georgia to find out. In America, schools are more than just places of learning. They're also meal providers. Every day, school staff must balance nutrition, cost, and student preferences. So what do teachers at school think?
I love it. I eat it almost every day.
I love it. I would not eat lunch if I did not get what the cafeteria is serving. And today was really good because it was the Thanksgiving food.
I think that our amazing lunch ladies do the best that they can with what they're given. I think that the problem is that school lunch in a general sense in America is underfunded.
How do budget cuts affect how school lunch is provided?
So, I have been out of school for a long time. I used to eat school lunches while I was in high school way back in the 80s, and I always have enjoyed school lunches. I know they've changed over time. They have become more healthy, and sometimes that's not. Kids struggle with trying to eat healthy foods at lunch.
And what do you think about funding cuts for schools relating to school lunch?
So that's worrisome to me. The things that are going on in the federal government right now that contribute to the lack of funding for school lunches ultimately harms kids, and that's not good. No kid wants to be hungry during the school day because it impacts their academic performance. So,
from global differences to local challenges, school lunch is more than just food. It's a reflection of how students are cared for at their schools.
Our next example is a participatory documentary. I'm Darby Hayes. A participatory documentary is where the filmmaker actively engages with the subjects and often appears on screen interacting with them. Here's some films from that genre.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Goodrich, and I play basketball. And I like being busy. I like going out. I like doing things besides like staying inside and doing things on my own. But I'm kind of lazy, but it doesn't really, so like that doesn't really correlate. But yeah. Dang, today's a really academic day. I'm kind of bored. Class is long today. I'm really hungry, kind of. So I'm just gonna go grab a quick snack. Hungry for some hot Cheetos right now. So I'm gonna get some. This did give me some energy I'm kind of feeling, but still spicy. But not as much fuel as I need for the rest of the day. So today I decided to make my breakfast. So first I grabbed some eggs out, and I grabbed some milk. Turned on the bacon machine to make some bacon. And then I grabbed my pan. And then I cracked 2 eggs in the pan, and then I mix it up, and then I add some milk, and then I cook it up. And then the bacon machine turns on. So then I add 4 pieces of bacon. So then I add the tomatoes. And then it's done. So I turn off the oven. I sliced the avocado and then I put it on the plate. And there's my breakfast. And then I also grabbed an energy drink for plus fuel, even though it's kind of a scam to fuel and energy throughout the day. But I wanted to see today if it would give me what I wanted. Wait a second, this web looks a bit familiar on what I did today. Like what? So I'm reading through it and it says like breakfast can really impact your day when you eat breakfast instead of skipping it throughout the day.
Hi, my name is Darby, and I eat from the vending machines every single day. That mystery meat that they serve at lunch is disgusting. I swear I've gotten sick so many times from eating that nasty food. So for every time I'm hungry, I go over to the vending machine and buy a snack. My bank account is low-key on 0, but that don't matter because I'm not trying to get sick. And it's day 1, it's day 2, day 4, day 4 of me not eating at the vending machine. So since I can't eat from the vending machine, it's not too bad, guys. You just gotta give it a chance. Today, it's okay. I just brought some food from home to prove that I am eating not the vending machine food. I have a bagel. And I'm looking hungry, and I kind of want to eat it right now. I brought another bagel, and I'm going to go eat it right now.
Hi, my name's Jordan, and I'm a sophomore at North Springs High School. Every day's the same. School, homework, sleep, repeat. Today's no different. I showed up to class, did my assignments, even fell asleep. Same as Monday. School, homework, sleep, repeat. Nothing new, and I'm getting sick of it. So after school, I went on a walk. I woke up feeling a little more relaxed. Maybe a walk is just what I needed. So, after school, I went back to the trail. I could even do my homework while listening to the birds. I've been feeling brighter lately, and I keep wanting to go back to the trail. Today I even picked some leaves, and the lake was so pretty. I had the best sleep of my life, and I felt so ready for today. At school, I passed my test, and I even made a friend. Now we go on walks together.
Our final presentation is an observational documentary. I'm Aiden Phillips. An observational documentary is simply observing events as they happen without interference, narration, or direct interaction. And we begin with observing homework.
Hey, I'm Jasir Lampkin. I hope you enjoyed our students' films. You can find more of them on Instagram at North Springs News. And make sure to check out our NSN on YouTube at North Springs Media. Adios.